Aloha folks, John Jackson here with Two Pups Fly Co. Today we're making a Barracuda fly. That's a needlefish representation. Materials today consist of the Kona BGC hook, size 1/0, Danville's flat waxed nylon 210 denier, some Flashabou, Scientific Anglers 20-pound stainless steel wire, the Mylar cord in large and pearl, and a 55mm articulated shank. First thing we need to do is measure up our Mylar. I just used my bodkin for that. Then we pull out the cord from inside with a pair of tweezers, and we tie that to the end of our bodkin. Put a quick whip finish on there, and then we'll end up hitting it with some UV resin. And then we'll just slide it right off of the bodkin. We'll take the steel wire and make a perfection loop out of that and measure 2.5 hook lengths of wire. And then we'll put a little dab of the UV resin on the knot itself to avoid scratching or tearing the Mylar. We'll take the hook off of the vise and we'll thread it through the Mylar tubing, and we'll end up poking the hook out the back section of the tubing. And then we will hit that with some UV resin as well to ensure it doesn't tear the Mylar tubing. Then we'll go ahead and trim off the back end of the fly and ruffle it up a bit so it comes undone and looks a little bit more like a tail. Now I'm using that perfection loop from the steel wire to get through the hook eye of the rear hook. And you'll see this device that I put the back end of the fly in. It's the Loon hook holder system. That thing works out really well to avoid poking yourself with a hook while you're tying these things. Then the next step is going to be to secure the steel wire between the back hook and the front hook. And we're going to put lots and lots of wraps on that and follow up with some UV resin. Now we'll just tie the end of the tube onto the front of the front hook. Clean it up a little bit. And this is where we put in the 55mm shank. And this process is a bit of a pain, I'm not going to lie to you. Getting that shank to get into the right location and sit still at the front of the hook can be daunting. And I do apologize for the focus right now. We'll get that fixed out later. So what you're going to do is you're basically just going to tie that shank on there and then resin it, and then we're going to put the flashaboo on the whole shank, and then we're going to tie that off, UV resin some more, put on a couple of eyes, and it's pretty much a done deal. As you can see, I'm trying to stiffen that area between the hook and the 55 mil shank, and now we're going to hit it with all of that UV resin goodness. Again, apologies for the clarity on this one. Now we'll take a couple of 7mm eyes and get them UV resined onto the hook shank. I'll use the bodkin to move the eyes around a little bit easier for me. And then we will finish it up with some more UV resin. And there's the final fly. And this is me fishing with that fly. And there is the fly after that big barracuda. Hey, if you like what you saw, please give me a like and a subscribe. And if you want to buy this fly or any other fly, check out our website at twopupsflyco.com.